This is Belgium. When we think of Belgium, we often think of waffles, beer, French fries, beautiful scenery, and so on. But in the early 1900s, Belgium also looked like this. This is the Belgian Empire, and this is the Belgian Congo, now known as the Democratic Republic of Congo, and is 10 times or about 15 times larger than Belgium itself. So King Leopold II bought this large landmass in the center of Africa as a means to expand Belgium's territory and to expand Belgium's power in Europe. But before the Belgian Empire looked like this, it was almost like this. Today I'm going to explain to you how the Philippines almost became a Belgian empire. Okay, so before we explain on how the Philippines almost became a Belgian colony, we need first to get to know King Leopold II. This is King Leopold II. He's the King of Belgians from 1965 to 1909. During his reign, European countries like Great Britain, France, Spain, Portugal had this large amount of territory outside of their own country. And so King Leopold II said, yeah, I want that too. So in a book entitled The Journal African History, written by John Fage and Roland Oliver, there's a section in that book in which it was entitled In Search of an Independent State, Leopold II and the Philippines. In this section of the book, King Leopold had ambitious ideas to expand Belgium's territory. Not in the Belgian Congos, but in a small country in Southeast Asia, the Philippines. At the time, the Philippines was colonized by Spain. And King Leopold said to his ambassador, go to Spain, tell the Queen that we want this country. And during this time, the Philippines was colonized by Spain. So in 1866, King Leopold II sent his ambassador to Madrid and tell the Queen that we want to buy this country. But the Queen said, nope, not gonna happen. So in 1868, King Leopold again tried to buy the Philippines from Spain. And again, the Queen just said nope. Okay, right now let's focus on Spain. Let's disregard for now King Leopold and Belgium and its attempt to buy the Philippines, but let's focus on Spain at the time. In 1868, Spain had a certain problem. On September 18, 1868, an admiral from the Spanish Navy named Juan Bautista Topete declared a revolution from the monarch called the Glorious Revolution of 1868. And just 2 years after that, Queen Isabella abdicated the throne in 1870. But we won't dive deep into the Glorious Revolution of 1868. It's a video for another time. Back to King Leopold II. So when King Leopold II knew about this situation in Spain, he took the advantage. He then again tried to buy the Philippines from Spain just after Queen Isabella was abdicated from the throne. He almost succeeded but didn't have enough funds to buy the Philippines from Spain. After failing to buy the Philippines from Spain, King Leopold II attempted to help the Philippines gain its independence from Spain, but in the end would force the Philippines submit to Belgium, thus making it a Belgian colony. But the plan didn't went into motion and King Leopold moved on. So after he conceded defeat, he focused on his attention on a large landmass located at the center of Africa, the Belgian Congo. King Leopold II bought this landmass with his own money, making it not part of the Belgian government, and it's owned by the king himself. During his rule in the Belgian Congo, he extracted resources like ivory and rubber, which at the time was actually in high demand. In the early 1900s, as King Leopold was actually abusive to the natives, the Belgian government decided to annex the Belgian Congo. Just a few decades later, the Belgian Congo is now called the Belgian Republic of Congo. So yeah, that's the brief explanation on how the Philippines almost became a Belgian colony. I didn't make this video just because I wanted to, but I made this video to show you guys the appreciation of history, that there are lots of stories in our history books that were not taught to us in our elementary days or high school days. I also made this video to appreciate historians and researchers and history teachers that dedicated their lives to understand our past to better predict our future. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you've understand or at least learned something from this video. But this video is just the start of something new, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.